Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm making a video for my viewers here and also for my customers. What I get asked all the time is, what lawn tractor should I buy? Should I buy used or should I buy new? So I'll start off by saying, if you can afford new, always go new. If you can't, then buy used, but be careful buying used, especially if you cannot do the repairs yourself. So I'm going to give you the recommendations that I give to my customers, and this is dependent on what's available in my community here. So what's readily available in my community is John Deere, Cub Cadet, the big box stores, Husqvarna, stuff like that. So let's start with the homeowner machine. You're just a regular guy wanting to buy a lawn tractor for yourself, for your home, not for commercial use here. So what I would recommend for that is the John Deere 200 series, and the reason why I am recommending that one is because they have a V-twin engine in them and a metal transmission. Yes, a metal transmission, because believe it or not, there are lawn tractors out there with plastic transmissions. The worst stuff ever. Now, if you have a bigger budget here, you can go with the X series in John Deere. So the X300 series and the X500 series. The X series are actually made by John Deere. It's a real John Deere lawn tractor, whereas the 200 series, I believe somebody else makes it for them. I think it is American Yard Products that makes it for them. I may not be correct here. Please correct me in the comments if I'm not. So that's my first recommendation. My second recommendation would be Cub Cadet. And those lawn tractors come with a metal transmission, I believe. And I believe that you can get some of them with a V-twin engine. So try to get the V-twin engine if possible, if you go new. The third machine that I would recommend is the Husqvarna lawn tractor, because you can get those with V-twin engines as well. They're easy to get parts for. The parts are not that crazy expensive, and you can end up with a good machine here. Some do come with the Kawasaki engine as well. However, I would recommend you go to a dealer to buy the Husqvarna and the Cub Cadet machines. Even the John Deere machines, I do recommend you go to a dealer, because usually you'll have more knowledgeable staff, a better selection, and it's easier to find the ones with the V-twin engines at the dealer. A lot of my customers come back to me and say, hey, you know, I found a John Deere lawn tractor at Home Depot. It was like $500 cheaper than the dealer. Then I popped the hood up just to see that they got the cheap engine. They got the cheap Briggs & Stratton single cylinder engine and the plastic transmission. So in essence, they didn't save any money at all. They would have been better to go to the dealer and pay $500 to $1,000 more. Now, when it comes to commercial machines here, you would more than likely end up with a zero turn. And for those, I recommend Toro, Ferris, Kubota. Kubota is a good zero turn, guys, by the way. However, if you buy Kubota, you will pretty well be stuck having to go to the dealer for most of your repairs, or all of them, because a lot of their parts are proprietary. I actually don't really take in Kubota here that much, because when I need parts, I actually have to go to a Kubota dealer. It's a little harder to get aftermarket parts for those. Now, if you can't afford a new machine, guys, I would go in the same order that I went here. Try to get the machine with the V-twin and the metal transmission if you can. However, some of the older Briggs engines that are single cylinder are way better than the new ones you get today. So you still might get a good machine even if you go used. However, if you buy used, what's more important is to see how was this machine maintained over the years. Was it left outside? Did the owner maintain it every summer? Is the deck rotted? Stuff like that you want to look for. I'm going to take you outside here in my backyard where I've got a lot of scrap machines, and I just want to show you for yourself what to avoid. So what you want to avoid, first of all, is this machine here, which I did make a video a little while ago as to avoid this junk machine here. And I call it junk, guys, because it's got the plastic transmission. The way you're going to know if you have a metal or plastic transmission is just get behind the machine here and look under here to see what this is made of. This is the transmission. This one's plastic. It's not serviceable. It's time consuming, and it works intermittently, and eventually it just gives up the ghost. You can't really tow much with it. I think this person towed some stuff which may have added to the machine, to the transmission failing a lot sooner than it should have. But anyway, who wants a plastic transmission, guys? Come on. I don't know why they did that. Well, we know it's to save money. Now this John Deere over here, it's not too bad. It's got a metal transmission, but it's got the single cylinder Briggs engine. Now if you baby these engines and you service them every year like you should, this single cylinder engine can last you a long time. However, they are more prone to problems than the Briggs V-twin. Just so you know, and the machine will vibrate more because it's a one-cylinder engine. If I come back to the plastic transmission machine here, I'll show you that engine. This is the engine you want, the Briggs V-twin or the Kawasaki engine. This engine is pretty reliable and robust. It's just a shame on this machine that the transmission's plastic, because this engine runs like a top. Now I don't believe Toro still makes machines, but if you find a good used one like this, they're not bad. But expect to pay a lot more for the parts for this Toro machine. But like I said, they are good. Here's an engine I was talking about earlier. The older Briggs engines with cast iron sleeves. These engines here are pretty well indestructible. It's a super good engine on this machine right here, so I'm going to actually save this engine before I scrap the body on this machine over here. Now if you're local and you need parts, just come and see me, because I'll give you some good prices on parts here off these machines. And here's a Cub Cadet here, just waiting on the customer to pick this one up. But this isn't a bad machine. It's got the Kohler single cylinder engine. However, I would recommend you go with the V-twin if you're going new. You won't regret it if you go with the V-twin. This one here also has the foot pedal, which is absolutely nice to have as well. And again, when you're looking at a used machine, guys, check the condition of the deck, because if your deck is all rotted to the point where it can't be welded and you can't find a used one, it's going to make it not worth fixing. Now here's something that just came to mind here. The guy that was just here asking me what to buy, he told me I was told to buy an old machine like this because they are well built and they'll last forever. Well, he is right about that. The only thing you gotta watch when you buy an old machine like this from the 80s is that maybe it's never been serviced, and it might cost a lot of money to bring it back up to par to the level you want it to be at. And this deck here needs a lot of work. If you need a spindle here and you cannot find an aftermarket one, they are $500 from the John Deere dealer. I did manage to find a used one, an aftermarket one for $150 or $200 a pop, but it still adds up very quickly. And if the machine's been sitting in the field, you're going to find that a lot of the pivot joints, or where stuff's supposed to be moving back and forth, will be seized. A lot of these older machines from the 80s, I actually do not take them in the shop because I just cannot bill all my hours, and then the customer will complain because they didn't realize that there would be so much labor required and parts to fix the old machine they bought. So just be careful if you buy an old tractor from the 70s and 80s. So that's pretty well what I tell all my customers here almost on a daily basis. I just had a guy like 30 minutes ago pop in and ask me these questions, thus giving me the idea to make the video, because I just get asked this so many times. Now I can just forward this video to these people. So again, guys, if you are handy and you can fix your own equipment, you can take a chance buying used equipment that needs work. If you can't do any work at all on a lawn tractor and it's 10 to 20 years old and it's never been serviced, I would just walk away, guys, because I've had customers pay $1,000 for a used lawn tractor and then they had to put another $1,000 in repairs. Those repairs would have included belts, blades, blade spindles. The list goes on and on and on. So just be careful about that. Maybe bring a friend with you that's a mechanic that works on these. Somebody that actually works on these guys, not somebody that fixes something else. It'll go a long ways to try to help you to not get screwed when you're buying something used. But again, I always tell my customers, if you can afford new, go new, but buy something good. So again, guys, the John Deere 200 series, X series, X300 and 500s are really good machines. You got Cub Cadet, then Husqvarna. Try to go to dealers if you can help it, but if you can't, look for the V-twin and the metal transmissions. Another thing before I end off the video, guys, some of you have asked me what kind of motorcycles I ride. I've got one behind me here. This is a bike I just picked up. I'll just show it to you guys quickly before I end off the video, but please comment below what you ride. Just hold on a sec here. So this bike here, for those of you who don't know, is a 2003 Kawasaki ZRX 1200R. It's got the Muzzy pipe here. This is an iconic bike, guys. This is a replica of one of Eddie Lawson's bikes back in the 80s when he raced for Kawasaki. So it's got the retro look in front. It is a inline-4 engine. 22-year-old bike, and look at the paint, it just looks awesome. This bike is in miles. It's got 29,000 miles. I'll just start it up quickly here. It's quite the pecky bike. Anyway, I just thought I'd share with you guys what I've been riding lately. This is the bike here. So when I'm stressed at the end of the day, guys, I just jump on the bike and release all my frustration with the bike. I'm sure all you bikers out there will understand what I'm talking about. Again, be careful buying a new or used lawn tractor, guys. Watch my video over and over again to make sure that you get something you won't regret. If I missed anything in the video as to what machine you should buy and what to watch out for, please comment below in the comments. They're always appreciated. And you guys have a great day. Take care.